being a more purpose-oriented bike, why is it that KTM chose to have the same suspension setup as the Adventure? Shouldn't they have beefed it up further?
They've retuned it to account for the new purpose. But this is not a hardcore motorcycle by KTM standards, even remotely. They're saying dual sport. Dual sport means, yeah, some off-road ability, yeah, some road ability. And if they make it good, then both the abilities are not insignificant.
And you have to remember that, as we saw, even if you go back to when KTM got the Dukes first to India, when the 200 came, which was a 25 horsepower, 24 horsepower bike.
25.
And then we went to the 390, which was a 43 horsepower bike,
Right.
with the same frame, the same wheels. I think the disc brakes changed, but the same size of tires. You have to understand that the platform was engineered for a ability, and that ability then gets handed down to everything else, even if it is not using it to the fullest, right?
Yeah.
So it's easier to do that than to say make one cheaper, less capable part and then make another one which is more capable and more expensive.
Also, again, to refer to the same podcast again, look for it. It's called Adventure Rider Radio. You'll look for Chris Birch. It's the newer episode. There should be 2 of them. In the newer episode, listen to Chris Birch talking about, and you'll discover changing the foot peg, changing the shape of the seat, changing the shape of the side panel, placing the handlebar, etc. They have a lot to do with how a bike feels off-road in terms of what you can do and what you cannot do. It's not just suspension and brakes and the engine. So KTM, having been building dirt bikes for a long time, the way to build ability into a motorcycle is a lot more nuanced than the numbers you're seeing on the spec sheet. So if the 230mm suspension is the real question that you're asking, that's coming. But the point that I want to make is, don't think of this as a simple exercise where it is just, if I were to give you more suspension travel, it will become better in the dirt. There's a lot more going on than this, because the rider has to be able to influence the motorcycle, to quote Chris Birch, where the foot pegs are, where the handlebar is, how you grip it, etc., have a lot to do with how the motorcycle responds, and that gives you the ability to do some stuff in the dirt and not be able to do some stuff in the dirt. So please do not look at the spec sheet only. Go get a sense of this bike by riding it. I swear you will discover that it doesn't seem to have the ability on the spec sheet, but in the real world, it does.